I have my Fitbit on my wrist. That's how you know I'm going to be all sexy and thin soon.
Super excited.
They don't make the Fitbit in fat, so if a Fitbit fats
Hey, if it still
your
fits,
wrist.
Fat
you're
bit.
still fit.
there
As
you
long
go.
as your limp doesn't go wrist. You knew what I meant. Off to a great start.
Was that on purpose?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
And acting. It is Papa's Basement. I'm John Papa Giorgio. He's Pete Maybe.
Pete Maybe.
She is Kelsey Butterworth.
You got it right.
No
Did I
s-
finally earn your trust?
No slave name for you today, Butters.
Oh.
Your Christian name. Show's website. I got it now.
In
I was going to say
Papa's
papasbasement.com. Wishful thinking on my part.
basement.
In papasbasement.com, facebook.com/papasbasement. Tweet me at papasbasement. Tweet Pete at Pete Maybe. And tweet Kelsey Butterworth at is Butterworth it.
It always is.
You nailed
All
it.
right, let's make this one short and sweet, because in theory, if I get out of here fast enough,
That's what
I can
the ladies
make
call
some,
me.
some bucks with the big boy job. The short and sweet.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
like a
sh-
Snickers mini.
I'm shorter than you son of a bitch, so you never, in principle, you never get to make fun of your height.
I know.
If I'm shorter
Sorry.
than you are like Viking tall, so I don't have to feel bad about my own stature. We are recording this. It's an evergreen episode, so we'll never tell you when we're recording it. But in theory, we might be recording this right before probably my least favorite holiday as a single man, as a taken man. It's never good. Valentine's Day.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Easter.
Whoa. Well, I'm Greek, man.
Yeah.
I have like I have an Easter based on the Jewish calendar, despite the fact I'm Greek. So,
Because that's when Jesus died, right?
like,
Do you have to
'cause
buy gifts for
Yeah.
your girlfriend when Jesus died?
for Easter?
if you're a good Christian boy.
Well, that's what I was saying.
There's a weird thing. Like, I never took Easter seriously, but yeah, like regular Christians
Now I
seem
have
to
to get
really
girl?
care about it. I don't. Like, to me, it was always weeks after you guys had your Easters. So, like, I got all the cheap candy. So that was pretty baller. And then, like, once every 6 years, it's on the same day. So my mom had to pay full price for the candy. And then we didn't have Christmas. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, I'm really only in it for, pushing my cousins out of the way during the Easter egg hunt.
Oh, really? Are
Yep.
they little?
You get it right after Halloween.
anymore.
Are they like 8 and 10?
No, they're my age.
Like, F you. That is my dollar bill in that
Shannon!
plastic egg. Shannon, you bitch. You bitch, Shannon. So we got Valentine's coming up, and I remember when I was single, and people would make jokes about, oh, it's Single Awareness
You'll never
Day.
have a girlfriend.
That wasn't much of a joke, just a really pointed barb. So thanks, buddy.
Sorry.
And I have one now.
I
So
know.
stick it up your
That
A,
was the joke.
as Frederick Durst would say. I didn't ever really feel very left out because I was always like, hey, there's some kind of skankle I could be with this holiday if I want to be, but I choose not to run. I choose to be single this holiday. And now I've been taken for a while, and it's like, I think that might be way, way worse.
Now it's a thing that you got to do.
Do you realize how
It's
much
not-
you have to throw down money-wise
Fair.
for Valentine's? It's like,
I don't. I'm a woman.
it's up. It is up
Exactly.
there with like
It's weird.
birthdays and Jesus's birthday in terms of the cost that gets laid out. Like maybe we, Milady and I, are a little baller with the gifts, but like I remember the first Valentine's Day back when we still had sex, I had to cough up for a hotel room where like I heard someone really getting it. Like,
Oh, no. A competition.
oh, that I lost handily. If that was a competition, I was the Denver Broncos, not this Super Bowl, but a couple years ago Super Bowl, where like the first play from scrimmage was a safety and it only went downhill from there. But you gotta, yeah, like I think when you're romantic, you gotta do maybe like a seedy hotel of some sort, or if you're rich and romantic, a not
Maybe
so
not a
seedy
seedy hotel.
No, this year what you
We're
got
off
to do
to a
is
good start.
Airbnb. F in a stranger's house.
If you are letting your house out on Airbnb for
On
Valentine's Day, you
Gross.
get everything you deserve.
Absolutely.
I hope every candlestick
Lock
in
every
your house
door.
smells of something.
Mhm.
I hope like all the ice cubes have been melted from the nipple play. What else? Your bathtub has a layer of God knows what all over it. It's not soap scum on those walls.
Nope.
You're greedy. You're greedy, and unless you're really poor, I hope bad things happen to you. If you're really poor, then I'm sorry, God doesn't love you enough.
Bad things are already happening to the poor people.
Exactly. And that people have
Your wish has come true.
You have to whore out your house to be a sex stink hut for 12 hours.
At least it's not you.
But I remember, there's hotels. There's like, I did the little mini candles. What are those little IKEA candles called? Like
Votives?
I guess.
Yeah.
Votive I thought was more of a religious thing.
No,
but
that's the tiny small.
I'm a heathen.
That's the tea lights, right?
tea light.
Yeah.
There you go. That's Mary.
I know.
Tea light.
This is a setup.
So we do that. Quick, Barry Manilow's second top 10 single.
Don't know.
Oh, okay. I was too obvious with that one. So there's tea lights the first time. If I recall, there was like flower petals. I had to I think I got her
Did you
a
really?
phone because she bricked her phone.
I've never
Oh, yeah,
done
your
that.
boy throws down.
Wow.
I know. You look at me like I'm a cheap son of
Baller.
a bitch.
Just a phone is an odd Valentine's Day gift.
It was
is
kind
my
of a
only thinking.
necessary one.
Not
Yeah,
when
well.
it's filled with, when it's pre-filled with D-pics.
Oh, now we're
Yeah.
getting somewhere.
Well, I went the Gavin
Check your
McInnes route.
DMs, babe.
That's a
That's what every woman wants.
a reference no one will get, but Gavin McInnes is a broadcaster who recently fanned out his entire ass live on air.
Fan.
And, yeah.
We're talking pull?
Oh,
Spread?
pulled apart. Yeah. As
I did that once. It wasn't on live TV, though.
As if he was getting checked for hemorrhoids and was like really eager that the doctor wasn't going to miss
I hope
anything.
he finds one.
What a time to be alive.
Find them all, buddy. And yeah, he's
What is this?
Scottish.
Why?
So you could just, it was all there and all pale.
Why?
Shame to my people.
No hair to see through. This wasn't like a Syrian refugee getting screened at the border. Oh no, that was just the whole thing on display. Why? I don't know, man. He's a crazy dude.
I like how you keep just shouting
I just
why
need
into the
to
void.
know.
Why?
Why?
So I'm not the
I
Messiah.
Googled it. Why?
Yeah, just Google Gavin McInnes, and I'm sure that's going to be up
I'm
there.
not gonna do that. I'll
up
be
there on
perfectly
the
honest.
hits.
No.
But you have to throw down, like this year, I think I got a dashboard camera because in addition to my girlfriend having no grip and bricking her phones all the time, what are you guys looking at?
We're trying to find his butt.
Oh, God, that's strike two
You
against
know what
Jay's
we're looking at.
masculinity.
Hey, now.
I'm talking about the BH, and he's like,
You're the
an
one who
all-star.
knew about it beforehand.
that is true. That's because it's up here.
And also,
bank
you know
comma
what? That
spank.
has nothing to do with masculinity.
That's true, too.
Just someone spreading their butt. That's all it is.
Just human curiosity. Who doesn't want to see a fanned out BH? Just to be like, does mine look like that, too?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I
I'll never know.
am going to announce on these airwaves right now. I have
You'll
an
never catch my tail.
off Broadway play starting next week. The BH monologues. Come and see it. One man show. It looks a lot like that scene
looks
in
like
Ace
Ace
Ventura.
Ventura.
There we go.
And also, you're running for
I
president
like that.
in 2020.
Just via that,
You'd like to announce
President BH.
here on the airwaves in front of God and everyone
Mm-hmm.
the BH monologues, and you're running for president in 2020.
I have a lot on the plate. I need to get planning.
You do.
Yeah. I got your back, man.
So Valentine's Day, I got a dashboard cam because what says romance like dashboard camera? Because
A lot of things.
Yeah.
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 A
Well,
lot more things
what
than
kind-
that.
there's a practical
Is it
gift in the
facing
mix.
towards the driver or is it facing towards the street?
No, it faces the dashboard because they have them in foreign lands because people are broke.
Oh,
and
they're
so they
terrible,
drive into your
crazy
car
drivers.
and then they're like, you hit me, but I can make this go away for 200 rubles. And
Or you can get in the trunk.
yeah, and then then you're like, hey, I got this
We got a
dashboard
problem.
cam that shows you hit me. And then they pull out a gun and you give them 400 rubles. So you
Yeah.
should have shut your mouth.
Yeah.
But my girl gets in a lot of accidents, and she says they're all not her fault. I'm not saying they aren't, but the camera will.
If you
So is
have
this-
watched your local news, You may have seen her.
My girl was on the local news for an accident she got into all by her lonesome. No other car involved.
No
This is
sadder
true.
accident history than no one else was involved.
So is this actually a passive-aggressive way of telling her, I know they were all your fault?
She picked it out. It was her
Oh.
idea. She was like, I want this so
Yeah, why
I can
not?
show the world
A real
how
glutton
these
for punishment.
people are doing me.
It was a chupacabra.
And I went, all right,
Ew.
fine. What says romance? Do you want any lingerie? Nope. Maybe a razor so you can shave your legs at pits? Nope. All right. Any sort of sex toy to maybe jumpstart that glacier? Nope. All right. Dashboard cam it is, because that's
They are melting.
I am 30 years married,
It's
2.5
coming, John,
years
it's
into this
coming.
affair.
Oh, boy.
They're melting.
Oh, Johnny cakes.
You just wait.
And then you have the Valentine's Day sex, which maybe in some world, some people's experience, that's a good thing.
Valentine's Day.
To me, it's obligatory. It's almost like the day you got to put out, she's got to put out. You can tell she knows she has to put out. Does she really want to put out? Doesn't seem it. And so you're kind of feeling like you're holiday raping her. Like you're forcing her into sex under the guise
Good
of a
Lord.
holiday.
Yeah.
Where it's like, if you don't have sex with me today, you don't love me.
It's Christmas and we're at my parents' house.
It's-
in the guest room. We have to do it.
It's Sex Christmas, where there's an obligatory sexual gift. And
I
if
call it the rote scrote.
that is
The roast.
really, really good.
Thank you.
I want that on a t-shirt. We can do that. Cafe Press,
I think it would be better on pants, don't you?
rote scrote,
Mm-hmm.
just a crotch
Breakaways?
maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. By George.
Bringing them back.
I don't like it.
Okay.
No, sir, I don't like it. You guys, though, you as the single lady, I believe, unless you're squirreling away a gentleman or lady, see, because you're a
I'm a millennial superstar.
Yeah, you're
Don't
just
put me
all
in a corner.
pansexual. I think you kids
Because I
haven't
love
moved.
pans. Oh.
Smells like she cooked with bacon. She did not. Okay. What?
No. What's your question?
Sometimes
What am I
it
doing?
can smell meaty if something's been in
What are
there.
your plans?
Oh.
Yeah, what? You're single,
You
you're
know-
taking. What are the plans?
Taking
Is everyone
ladies.
going to have the wild time I'm going to have with a dashboard camera that certainly won't be used to film any sex?
I may have a wilder time than you, just based on your description.
Tell me about your wild time.
Oh, no, I don't have any plans whatsoever. Last year, I had a great
So
Valentine's
you still
Day.
win by default.
Right. My friend, my roommate Angela and I were like, hey, let's just go somewhere we've never been before because we're both single and F it.
Oh, I thought the story was going to start with the words double-headed.
Nope.
Okay.
You weirdo.
All right.
And we went to Asheville, North Carolina, and the evening just got progressively weirder, and it involved some women trying to
pretty hip
convince us
town.
to try out some Japanese rope bondage, and a homeless man who kept trying to show us his cracked nub, as well as
What's a cracked nub?
he was missing a hand, and it was very
Oh.
cold, and he was begging for money, and he said, "It's so cold, do you want to see my cracked nub?" And we said, no, sir, we believe you. It's very cold.
Did you get him the Vaseline so his nub could stay lubed?
No, my roommate gave him $5 because she's a good person, unlike me, who just wanted
Good
to get
Lord.
away as quickly as possible.
Did his nub
Five's quite the
chafe
bill.
from all the use it sees on Valentine's Day?
We
Was
did
it a
not
friction
actually
nub
see the
chafing?
nub. We did not see the nub, sadly. It was under wraps.
Do you think he was lying about his nub?
No,
like,
I don't.
I could fake a nub right now.
Was
No, he
this
was not.
outside of the bondage class?
Well, it wasn't a
Because
bondage
he could
class.
probably use that as some sort of selling.
He can't. He's
Some
got
sort
one
of sale
hand.
technique.
He
He
can't
could
tie
ju-
a knot.
It wasn't a class.
No, he doesn't need to tie a knot. He's got a nub there. It's not as big as a fist.
No, you can tell when
So
it's...
he's like kind of a beginner's.
Yeah,
he was,
he's kind of like,
he was
let's
out in the
just
open with his
ease into this.
bandage. It was definitely not a hand balled up, pretending to be a nub. It was a nub. We just didn't get complete verbal.
How drunk were you? Because if I've had more than a couple, I'm asking to see that nub.
Yeah.
I was pretty drunk.
I'd
but
be like, here's a 10 if you let me touch the nub.
I didn't want to see the nub.
Mm-hmm.
I
Really?
didn't want. No.
You don't want to know just how much better your life is than someone else's life in that moment for the price of $5?
I would never get that nub out of my head.
Okay.
I didn't want to see the nub. And besides, we had things to do, like end up at an underground salsa club that had a laser show going.
underground salsa club?
Literally underground. We had to
That
go
sounds
down
like there's
the stairs.
dancing and then they kill the loser.
That just sounds like Zumba.
It might have been, but there
I
was
think you went to a Zumba class.
no, except that it was at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Why,
So-
is why is all that cool stuff elsewhere
Well,
and not in DC?
Asheville's pretty hip.
Is it?
It's pretty
Yeah.
crunchy.
Yeah.
Is that a hippie thing?
Yeah. Granola.
Or crunchy like the nub scab?
That was definitely crunchy.
Okay.
That was part of the crunch.
Really? So that was your
that
your
was my Valentine's Day last year.
That sounds pretty wild.
Yeah, it was a great time, and I don't think I will ever top it, conceivably, until I may be in a relationship. God help me. So this year, I don't care. I've never cared about Valentine's Day. I'm very ambivalent towards it.
I never cared for it either.
I remember when I was single, it was the day that I could scam so many nudes off girls. Like any girl that you're texting and she was single, it was like, hey, do you want to feel less alone? And I didn't have to finish the sentence. They could just see like the little bubbles in the iChat. And you're like, yes.
Oh,
It wasn't
boy.
even fishing with dynamite. It was like fishing with Fat Man and Little Boy. That was just some carnage. And then you'd wake up the next day like high on the smell of Vaseline and tissue all over your room. And you'd be like, hey, my life is empty, but look at what I got on my phone.
And then you can give some of your leftover Vaseline to a man with a nub.
I can rub the nub.
There's probably none left.
That is true because I gave him the rest of the can to do his nublin with.
That was a hell of a weekend.
So you had a crazy one last year. I don't even remember last year's. I remember the
That's
first.
how crazy
Yeah,
it
I don't
was.
remember last year's either.
Remember a couple years ago,
The
and
shame.
yeah, just the F hotel.
Oh, the shame.
And I don't remember
Fotel.
it since then. The hotel. Oh,
Age is silent.
that sounds like a soup place.
Yeah.
And so you got no plans.
Nope. I might buy some discounted candy the next day. And
Are you going to do that weird
Really,
thing
though?
where you
'Cause
say
it's
that your
such
dog's your
crap.
Valentine? It is crap
No.
compared
It's
to Easter.
crappy candy.
No,
it's
I get
terrible
just
candy.
straight
It's
up like
chalk.
Hershey's
It's garbage.
chocolate.
Well, I guess you can get some chocolate.
Oh, and jelly beans. Oh, I am a Jelly Belly
I
fanatic.
hate them, except
No.
for Jelly
Crazy.
Bellies.
Yeah.
But like generics,
Like the
crap.
popcorn ones.
What's
and
the one
little
that made the
Fruity
Harry
Tooty.
Potter ones?
Oh,
that Jelly Belly too?
No, that was a
Because
special
those ones kicked ass.
Weems or something. You
Yeah,
mean in the
that was a
movies
good
or?
one. No, well, the ones that really were like, oh, these are kind of
thought
like
that
the
was
ones that are in
Yeah,
the movies.
that was Jelly Belly.
And they tasted like
Earwax.
all types of weird stuff. Yeah,
Oh,
But-
those are kind of cool.
are you guys done? Did you finish from your Nerd Jackathon?
Yep.
Okay, good.
No.
As long as you're both satisfied,
John,
it's okay.
can I borrow some?
Sorry, I
Vaseline?
just cleaned up.
God. Don't work, Blue. This one might go out on air. Pete, maybe.
Yes.
Tell us about your Valentine's Days, past, present, and future, Bob Cratchit.
Pass? I don't remember any of it. Neither does my Tiny Tim. So we, but basically this, I don't know, Bob Cratchit. I already blew my wad on this Valentine's Day.
I'm sorry, what is the name of that holiday again?
My
The
Valentine's?
time of the Valentine.
Valentine's Day. Okay.
Dun, da, da, da.
Sorry.
Lazy mouth. I already gave my my girl a gift. So
You did?
Dude,
Is this your only gift she's getting today? Or
no,
on the
she's
day?
gonna get more. And
But you
when I
bought the
say
big
my,
one?
Yeah, I mean, it was quite a bit. John, you were there,
And when you say the gift, you didn't just draw like a face down there, and you're
and
like,
then just make it wiggle.
yeah, where you're like, hey, tell Pinocchio a lie and watch his nose grow.
Exactly.
Well, what was the
I
gift?
really do want to try that. I got her a Lucky Cat.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Lucky
She's
cat?
been asking about that.
One of those cats that brings you luck.
Yep, that's the
What is
one.
a Lucky Cat?
Yeah, as opposed to the other ones that just
All my cat brings
poop in a
me
box
is
in your house. And
And then you
Toxo-
have
then
to
you
clean
have to
up
clean it
after.
up, which
Bam!
is nothing lucky about that.
Cat scratch fever.
yeah, cats just bring misery as they sit on the face of a child with milk on its lips
Yep.
and drink the soul out of it, or
They do.
scratch a pregnant woman and give it toxoplasmosis. And I said
Whichever that
it,
is,
was
yeah.
That
slip.
checks out.
Yeah. So what is a lucky cat?
A Lucky Cat's it's one of those Asian traditions that it has the arm that goes back and forth that welcomes customers into their establishment. Now, see, I didn't know this, but I looked it up afterwards.
You mean the wavy cat?
Mine, yeah, Wavy Cat. It's
Okay.
Wavy Cat. He's got big old tummy.
Big fat Buddha guy.
Big fat
He has
Buddha
one
guy.
hand,
He's got a bunch of gold coins. He's got two
as if
hands.
he got the other arm Bob doled in the war.
Well, see, this one's
But
a
he's
little
got
bit
one.
different.
Bob Dole.
Mine has both hands up, but one of them is moving.
Like he's getting mugged.
Don't shoot.
Yeah, Don't do
Your
it.
cat is part of the Black Lives Matter protest.
Cat lives matter.
Mm. He's calico. So it's a bit of
Thanks for the
minority.
silent acknowledgement. That worked on air.
So I found out though, I got the left-hand one. That is for
Oh, that's the gay one.
It's
Oh, that's erased.
not
Never
going
mind.
there yet.
Continue.
It is for the business that is of the nightlife. So a geisha house
Oh.
or
Wow.
like a bath.
So you're
house.
telling your
Or a
girlfriend
bar.
she's a whore to you.
You know, I didn't really look that up, but I was like, babe, if this is how we have to make our money, this is how we have to make our money.
Well, how Lucky Cat, if I
so
recall,
so saith the cat.
was $70. So
It was
she might
$70.
have to work off the tab.
Remember when I thought it was 17?
Do you want to
Boy,
tell the
was that
story?
funny.
Or do I get to tell the story?
You can.
All right. So
Oh no. Oh no.
here comes segue. Pete, maybe, as we'll call him on air, had never gone to the Eden Center, which is like a huge Vietnamese-only mall.
Mm-hmm.
It's right off about 2 or 3 intersecting highways in our area. It's actually called Seven Corners, and it's
right?
kind of like off of 2 to 3 of the corners. I don't
Yeah.
know which ones. But I remember I went there years ago with my friend's Vietnamese girlfriend. And I wasn't really paying attention how we got there, but then I kind of look up and there's like hidden Asian mall. And so for years I'm like,
it's so
everyone,
awesome.
there's this Asian mall. And they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I don't know where it is. I can never replicate this
Yeah.
experiment, but there's all kinds of weird pictures on the walls of like transsexual pop stars and junk like that. It's a bizarre place and it smells like sewage, but delicious sewage, which I guess is all the pickled vegetables.
Yeah.
And so Jay had never been there. I go there a lot now. It's where I get like cheap, decent sandwiches. I don't know, man.
It is heaven on
Oh,
earth,
yeah, it was
in my opinion.
I like
Killer
that.
sandwiches.
There's
Banh
like
mi.
15 sandwich places within 5 feet of each other.
But forget about it. Pho.
Pho.
Stay with me here, people.
I'm tracking. So I guess they all have to like undercut each other. So it's like what would be any other place you go like an $8 or $9 sandwich, you get it for $4. And then you get to do the whole like, oh, look at me, a white man of the world eating in all these ethnic places. So Pete had never gone there.
The dollar is strong over there.
That's true.
Yeah,
Dollar
at Eden
to
Center.
not yen. What the hell's the Vietnamese?
I couldn't tell you.
Let's call it the Chinese peso.
The
I don't think we're quite that worldly
Yeah.
yet.
So
No.
yeah,
And John, don't say the noodle.
the dollar.
I knew
The
you were
dollar
gonna
to
say
noodle
that.
ratio is killer. So we were hanging out Sunday. We were doing a radio class because Lord knows we need the help.
Yeah.
And afterward, Pete is like,
We're gonna be live, baby.
let's go to the Eden Center. I've never been. I'm hungry and I want to shop because that's what
Men say.
you got. All right, you got me. That's
I knew
where I
where
was
you were
going with
going.
it. Yeah.
Thanks.
He wanted to shop, and I'm like, that's funny. Usually when I hang out with my guy friends, we just eat wordlessly in front of each other and then leave. But Pete, God bless him, is a little more flexible. And he's like, hey, I want to shop. And I'm like, hey, let's see the world. So we go there and we do shovel in all of our crap. And then we go shopping because that's what two boys do. Just holding hands and skipping. How else are we supposed to exchange protein strands?
Boy, how
Exactly.
dare you buy things in the world without being called a P word.
We shared a bubble tea.
No, we didn't
I couldn't
share.
finish mine.
Those are so
I'm
good.
just kidding. We didn't share one.
I'm very happy for you, Tim.
It was 2 straws.
He bought it
okay?
for me.
It wasn't 1 straw passed back and forth. It was 2 straws.
but
Our
who
lips
cares
never
if it
touched.
was?
I had my own straw.
I like this non-judging millennial over
I like
here.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. All of our deviant behaviors
we
just
can-
skate.
Not
Sure.
all of them.
That's true. The nub fisting. That
Yeah,
makes you cringe.
not that one.
So, we're cruising through all these weird stores that have knockoff Pokemon junk because
Oh, it was so cool.
I don't think copyright law is as strong in what's the politically correct word I'm looking for? The Orient. So, hey, you can call
Nope, that's the opposite
you
of
can
what
call the
politically-
land the Orient. You can't call the people Oriental.
Why don't you
because
just say
then they'll
like
say,
the Asian subcontinent? Why don't you
not
just
a-
go with that?
The
That's a
Orient sounds
mouthful.
fancy.
Oh,
The Orient sounds like a really high class hooker and one of those like red dress numbers with a slit up the side, and she has her hair up.
She sounds nice.
Exactly. And her stage name is just Orient.
Sounds like someone is fetishizing Asian American women.
Oh yeah, she has a red dress on, and she has
To quote
boots all
Jerry
the way up to her knees.
Seinfeld, how's it racist if I like him?
Did
Yeah.
he really say that?
That was like an episode of Seinfeld.
Jerry's off my list.
With Donna, was it Donna Chang?
Hold on,
And I believe it was,
he made a joke once. Let me get him.
and he's like, I dig Asian women. And Elaine's like, meh, why did you say that? And he's like, oh, it's not racist if I say I dig them.
I'll call Jerry up and I'll explain all of this to him.
He won't take
It's
your
pretty
millennial
simple.
call.
Oh, yes, he will.
You're not young enough.
Oh, that's true. Shoshana Lowenstein, 17 at the time of their relationship, but legal in New York. So
Oh.
It's legal in New York. That's why we go to
those
New York.
boobs weren't 17. What can I
No,
say?
absolutely not.
They were boogums. So we are walking about the mall, and there's all kinds of delightful knockoff crap, like fake Power Ranger stuff, fake Transformer stuff. You can get all those like video games with like 92 games per cartridge on them because for some reason it's still the Super Nintendo era as I make things up about this mall. But what
This
I
place
will
is
say,
wild, full of fraudulent goods.
yeah, it is pretty nice.
But there's no like police system there, really. I feel
No,
like.
no. The deli I took you to,
Mhm.
I have with my own eyes seen mice running through it, and the health inspector was told about this, and I was simply told back, it's the Eden Center. They've had a lot of mice and a lot of ceilings for a lot of time.
Oh,
They're
no.
working on it.
That's just. the way
It doesn't
is.
sound like they are.
But I feel like there's like.
It's like hearing the slow kid was beating your kid on the playground. It's like, look, man, he really had a tough time of it. Can we grade on a curve?
Let's call it even.
So we're walking through all these crap. Oh,
No, I was just gonna say I feel like behind the scenes a lot more than ginseng is getting pushed around these stores.
so many rhino powder
there's-
pills to give you a hard on.
Yeah,
I
this isn't just
guarantee
your
it.
normal crushed flatworm.
I
It's the good
know
stuff?
nothing
Yeah,
of
the
this
top
isn't-
shelf.
this isn't
crushed
your-
flatworm.
Yeah,
That sounds disgusting,
Normal.
first of all.
powdered flatworm.
And
Maybe not a good idea and not worth an erection.
also,
No, I think it's a little more than that. Little.
they were
Spunky
actually
ginseng.
selling the testicles of Cecil the lion. You could buy
The
that
very testicles.
famous lion balls, and it was weird because they had 3 left for sale, so that part confused me. But I think they were legit.
Okay, John.
You could find pretty much whatever there. All kinds of weird food, lots of pig heads. Really looked like the 9 Inch Nails was a closer video. So many pig heads. Geoduck clams. If you've never seen those,
yeah.
it's like a clam with a flaccid whale dick in its mouth.
Oh, I
if-
saw your tweet.
If you're looking for a cheap aquarium visit, just head over to
Just
that
go to that
place.
fish market.
It's absolutely insane.
You'll see the world's saddest
Everything is
lobsters.
still alive.
That just
like,
sounds far too smelly to me.
Everything on the menu is
but
still
like,
alive.
in this weird state of undeath, almost
Oh.
like the body in Johnny's Got
Very
His Gun,
sad, yeah.
where he's just
All of
kind
them
of
just
like,
screaming, "Kill me!"
yeah, exactly.
It was like that
Armless,
really like
legless.
creepy part in like the Little Mermaid where all the souls were creeping out of the. You guys know what I'm talking about?
No.
Nah.
Yeah. Well,
Go shop.
somebody
a little
will
more.
get it.
But yeah, they're tapping SOS with their little claws on the glass. It's really, really sad.
Yeah, it was
stuff.
bad.
I think we need to go liberate them.
Really?
No. Have
No?
you seen them? No.
Give them a proper
Way
eating.
too scary.
A proper sea burial.
Yeah, that was the weirdest part. It's like thinking somebody's gonna eat that later. It just grossed me out.
or not.
and, like,
or it just
Yeah, you'd hope that they don't go
Yeah.
to waste because
dies
oh,
in
I
the
hope
tank
they
and
don't
gets
go to
trashed.
waste.
I
no,
mean,
I really would. I would
all those
trash
delicious
them.
fresh eels. You
Yeah.
hope someone turns them into a nice eel popsicle.
Yeah,
or
all those clam
however the hell
dongs.
they're eating. Yeah, and the dick
Those,
clams.
the clam dongs. Yeah, those were
So-
really tasty.
all over the place. Like the mascot of this mall, other than food that makes white people laugh or barf.
or very content.
There's
their candy aisle is dope.
there's a lot of porridge that Goldilocks did choose
Mm-hmm.
in this treehouse, but the stuff that didn't
Yeah.
is worth a snigger.
Dumplings all day.
So all over this place is the waving cat.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just look up, I guess, Asian waving cat to know what the hell.
The original
everyone
name
knows what
is
they are.
Maneki Nico.
Sure.
Yeah.
'Cause
You don't
they're
need to
tight.
look that up. Just type Lucky Cat.
And Jay, the entire ride over, by the way, like hour before we get there, over lunch, at least 3 times, the leitmotif, is that the word I'm looking for? Leitmotif?
Leitmotif.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever. Tomato.
Mm-hmm. Most of.
Okay.
There we go. And
Come
I
on.
just conducted my Fifth Symphony. And Jay's going on and on. Hope I'm not blowing up your spot here.
No, you're fine.
You need to spend money or save money. You're like, I am
of
a
course.
wastrel
Oh, no, I've been
of
doing
the
that, yeah.
first degree.
I am a slave to convenience.
You're like, I sure I got a
If
raise.
it comes with an happy ending, I'll
but
I'll pork out the extra money.
I'm pissing away that much more. And 2 hours later, we're in one of these rhino horns for erection stores.
Mm-hmm.
You can get a Pikachu, not a Pikachu, but a Pikachu.
Well, isn't that the original Pocket Monster version?
I don't know. It looks like a really fat Pikachu.
Damn it.
Like just enough to not trample copyright law.
Oh, I see.
Something about
And he
Pocket
sees
monsters.
a huge waving cat. Now there's like smaller ones that are like $10. He's been eyeing them, by the way. This is like the fifth store we're in.
Oh
for
yeah,
these
I'm
stupid
trying to
waving
sort
cats.
through the garbage because I know that there's the ones that every store has.
There's the gold glittery ones that are all over. Like it looks
Garbage.
like they skinned Elvis to make these
Yeah.
things. And then there's a couple like white porcelain ones where
little higher quality.
yeah, and they have a more expressive face. Like they don't have like the face of a child soldier.
Yeah.
Like they're smiling, they're happy.
Yeah.
And
Not just any invisible children.
Jay finds like a huge one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not kidding. It's God, size-wise, think of like a medium pizza.
That's pretty big
Like that big and
for a dumb cat.
yeah, rotate like a beach ball. Like about the size of a beach ball. Now, I'm not saying there's a language barrier here, and there should have been simple logic involved because I will say Jay picked up multiple little guys that were like the size of what a Big Mac looks like in a commercial. So, and they're like 10, 12, 15.
So the size of a lie.
The little
Yes.
exactly. How big exactly. But like small lie, not like JFK was killed by the Jewish Nazis or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
The Jewish Nazis.
Yeah, they're a thing.
Hey.
It gets
take
up there.
me through that later.
So he buys this effing Hulk of a cat.
Oh, it's It's
and the
awesome.
little Asian dude
I'll post it later.
who's like grabbing these things off the wall for Jay is like 70. And Jay, I believe, goes,
Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, no, he says it without me
I'm
prompting
sorry,
him.
Pete. Who's Jay?
He says it without me
That's
prompting
you were
him.
referring to yourself because that's the first letter of your first name.
Thank you.
Not 17, I guess, because that's the end of the story. Turns out, yeah.
You didn't
It was
hear
$70.
him. He
No, I
goes-
heard 17.
Yeah.
And I turned to John and say, "That's an incredible deal.
It sure
These
is,
people
buddy.
are idiots."
Now, the Asian guy actually says 70, not 17. And I know what
That is
he's
pretty
saying.
damn accurate, by the way.
I know what
Yeah.
he's saying, but Jay just hears 17 and thinks somehow that he's getting the deal of the century. Now, he said he wanted to get this waving kitty cat for his girlfriend, and I'm like, damn, that dude's throwing down. Like, he was just telling me how times are tight in the Maybe household, and he's spending $70 on this porcelain piece of
John,
ass.
You got to throw down.
And so they ring him up,
Kitty for kitty.
and Jay sees 70.00 go in. And you turn to me like, why didn't you stop?
What have I done?
And I'm
Can
just,
this thing jerk me off?
yeah. And
Does that hand really work?
I immediately start laughing hysterically because I'm like, this dumb son of a bitch thought he said 17. And you were throwing things on top of it because you're like, $17, let's get some Tiger Balm and
Yeah.
some Rhino pills because I want
For
to
the
be
big
able
night.
to enjoy what's going to come once I
Exactly.
get the kitty.
Rhino pills, then you're going to be sore.
And your final bill was like $80 or something.
Yeah, it's a
And you're
little,
just-
it's a little tight.
you were looking at me like I was supposed to help you. And I was like, oh, you don't understand the dynamic of my friendship.
That's like a classic 4-cam sitcom scenario.
Yeah. Like, and then you're explaining the rest of the episode, how it was 70, not 17. And then your girlfriend loves you anyways when you have to take it back.
Oh, I told her that it was 30
Why?
because she was freaking out that I got her something anyways.
I don't
will
quite
never-
follow
she-
that
She,
logic.
I
she
will
wanted to
never
be cool about like
understand
Valentine's
white
Day.
people.
White people.
Yeah, like
End of sentence.
my cheap Mediterraneanness, I would be like, this cat was $200 goddamn dollars. Like, I would go so in the opposite direction. You played down what you bought. So if you ever propose to your girlfriend,
crazy.
are you going to be like,
yeah, I
here's
was
your
going to be
100
chastised for spending too much money
here's
on
your-
the gift.
of your own money, I might add?
Oh, of my own money, yes.
You were
Absolutely.
spending too much. Okay. And
Here's the ring I got
let's
you.
keeps it real. Yeah, your
It's a piece of
$180 cubic zirconia.
Yeah.
Like, you're the only guy who would lie. You're like, my grandma didn't smuggle this in from the old country in her anus.
I found this on the street.
Exactly. I got it in Chinatown.
The guy had it on his nub.
Yeah.
It didn't fit anymore.
It kept falling off.
Yeah.
Don't bite this diamond or even drop it. It will shatter.
Yeah.
So, yeah, why you had to lie
John,
that you didn't spend more of your own money
I couldn't
for your girlfriend.
rationalize it to you if I tried.
Well, you
But
know
you
what?
did it.
Oh, no. Why?
Why? Yeah.
No, why I bought it for 70, but or why I said it. No, I
get
I
buying
just
it for
know I'm getting
70.
in trouble. I couldn't rationalize it.
You have crap in your ears, and you just heard the old guy say 17 at one
Well,
point.
he shouldn't have said 17 at all.
And why
I mean-
lie and not get the points for money spent on your, like, if I'm buying a girl something or a friend something, really, I want them to know every damn dollar that went into it. I'm going to even include the state tax when I'm bragging.
Normally. But we're not dealing with normal.
Okay. All right. Then so she would have been mad
Yeah.
that you spent more, even though it's your money.
And it's the gift that she requested.
Yeah, but, I mean, there are other ones that are way cheaper.
Yeah, but they look like crap. Did
They
you explain
do.
that?
That's the other part where I was like, this thing is BA.
All right.
Yeah.
You know, good luck to you on VD.
Yeah.
Already crushed it.
is
Obviously.
Well,
I hope the cat is witness to some disgusting sex
Oh, it's going to
for
be dirty.
$70.
And that's a good cutaway from the film we'll probably make, where it just cuts back to the cat and its arm is just waving
and a
like
single
this
tear is coming out of his porcelain face.
all night long.
And then I see what you're saying. You cut to the cat, it's dark, and the cat's still waving, and it's light out.
Mm.
And then you think they've been doing it all night long, but it turns out aliens are coming like 10 seconds later to probe them for weeks. And then they just join the human zoo on Mars.
Cool.
Didn't see where that one was going, did you,
no, I
Butters?
sure didn't.
What a twist.
No one has told me about a film being made, so.
It's a sex film.
Yeah,
that
it was
ends
like,
up
if
on
you
Mars.
want in,
Oh,
I'd just say.
nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
You sounded interested.
Yeah.
I did until you said sex film.
Maybe if you
John
take
said
off
it.
that Quidditch scarf and show a little cleave, we'll work you in.
I actually did buy this at a thrift store for a Harry Potter
For
themed
wizards?
21st
Yeah.
birthday party where we played Quidditch Pong, and I, being a Hufflepuff, had to wear yellow.
I will never understand what Harry Potter means to you kids. Was it like your Star Wars
Couldn't
and your
tell you
Matrix
either.
in one?
Yeah, pretty much.
But it was like,
So you do understand.
I know there's a lot of references. Back in the day when I was trying to have sex with women too young for me, I
Yeah.
knew that I had to really bone up on the Harry Potter, but if I did, things were going to go really well.
And you'd bone up on the Harry Potter fan.
There you go. Well-timed Hagrid reference, and it was off to the races. Like, I was in and out quicker than a thunderbolt. Is that what the,
Yeah.
is that the, what was the full model
The
number?
broom.
It was the Quidditch broom.
Yeah. Well, there was the Nimbus 3000, which was the original fast
Was
broom.
Dragon Ball Z ripoff.
Was the Thunderbolt the crap pile, or was it a Thunderbolt?
I don't actually remember. I might need to revisit the books.
Yeah, I need to read the wiki again if I ever want to screw a
If
25
I
year
ever want to, yeah. Go to
So,
New York, it's cheaper.
you lied about your gift.
A little bit. Well, now she'll know.
Does she listen?
Thanks, John.
She never listens.
Oh, yeah, she does.
Why?
I don't know.
What's that like? Mine never listens.
I know. That must be nice.
I have no one to listen
it
or not
must
listen.
be nice.
You can play it for your dog.
If he's not crapping himself all
when
over
he's
my
sitting in
house.
his kennel,
That was
just trying to crap his pants.
By the way, this was all done Sunday while we were doing a radio class. We have, what was it, like a 2-day program we had to take over at the Arlington station. We're doing a live radio show.
WERA.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. Tune in, folks.
I like the way you
Practicing
said
my radio voice.
it. Radio Circa 55. That works. So we're going to be doing the show live, but it was a 2-day class, and Butters called out of the second one. Now, Butters, you hear episodes now and again without Butters of this show. And Butters, not to say anything I'm sure you haven't already put together, every time you call out, Jay and I just laugh. Pete and I just laugh and laugh. And we're like, oh, what millennial BS did she come up with this time to tap out of work?
It's mostly him.
Yeah, so I think the first time it was a severe stomach virus, and then it was tonsillitis. And this time it was that my dog was having
so made up.
explosive bloody diarrhea in my house a lot. And outside, just everywhere that he could possibly sit his butt down.
Literally no one.
Yeah.
In
Bloody
life?
diarrhea?
Yeah.
Yes, I had to take a sample of it to the vet.
Just was it just on your fingertip? You're like,
No.
here!
I used one of his fancy
in
little
one of
poop
these
bags
pockets.
in my own house. It was demoralizing.
That does suck. Sorry to hear it.
Yeah, but he's all better now. You'll all be glad to know. I can tell because you're so engaged with my story, both being on
Sorry,
your cell
had
phones
to-
at the
What
same
kind of-
time.
What kind
make
of
sure I
what kind
wasn't-
of mud is it?
He is a pit bull mixed with some kind of pointer
A
and
Shih
probably.
Tzu.
The funny thing is, we don't have to bleep it.
No, dog breed.
I know, it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
But we
If
took
only
him
there
to
was
the.
a dog breed that started with the F, we'd be covered.
There's the dick. That's a type of like antelope out in the.
Really?
Yeah, that's the thing. And then
Okay.
there's the blue-footed booby, of course.
Yeah.
She's a trove.
I got all of them stored away up
Every
top.
show without you was worthless.
But I took him to the vet, and
We just laughed, by the way, because you were like, I can't come to class and do things. My dog's too busy pooing. And we're just like,
So we got on the air and called her.
you wastrel.
well, of course, because let me explain. I still live at home because I'm unsuccessful at life. And my mom and stepdad were out of town taking care of my
Wait,
grandpa, who has
Pete.
also been having
Yes.
poop problems.
Why didn't you jump on that? One of us has to say, you're not horrible at life.
No, I don't need the charity
Yeah. You
All
don't
right.
need the
sentiment.
pat on your back right
I
now.
don't need it. I'm doing my
I
best
will
here.
buy you a drink after the show.
Hey.
That is that's exactly what you need.
So, I was left alone to fend for just the mountains of disgusting sludge pouring out of my dog's
I don't
butthole.
even think that's
God.
comical at that point. Like, a lot of poo is funny. Once there's
not.
blood involved, he's got Ebola. You have to
It's
kill him
terrifying.
yourself.
Well, I didn't. I took him to the vet, and they fixed him, and he's fine now. Thank you very much.
That's how
They
these
gave
things
him
get
Yeah, how much
some
was
started.
that bill?
$283. Not too bad.
Bullet $3. Okay.
Because they examined him. They gave him a slight rectal probe to make sure there wasn't too much blood in his poop.
Shouldn't have been too
He
hard.
didn't care for that. I've never seen him that upset in
Did
my
they
entire
just
life.
fan it out, Gavin McInnes style?
Nope. Just
Okay.
beep boop.
Did they make that noise as they did it? I
No.
would hope so. Because then we're all having a good
I
time.
would promptly
Now
remove
that's a
him
professional.
We're all
from the
having
room and take
$280
him
worth of fun.
to another vet where they don't make
Open
noises as they probe my dog's butthole.
Okay.
And then they gave him a couple shots, one for anti-nausea, because he was also vomiting. Did I tell you guys that?
Oh, good
He
look.
started
What did
vomiting.
You do to him?
I did nothing.
I don't
We give
believe
him
it.
What's your
premium
dog?
imported Canadian prey ratio food that is organic.
Imported Canadian.
Yes.
So it's like some Quebecois trash just mashed into a tube and fed
No,
to a
it's
dog?
not.
All right.
It's from Canada's vast unspoiled lands, is what it says on the cover of Origine.
Unspoiled by government
Just French for-
regulation.
Yeah.
Origin, exactly.
So they can just take some
No, it
caribou
is
carrion
regulated.
and
There's a bunch of additives in food made in the U.S. that cannot be allowed in food made in Canada.
Okay.
So it's the opposite of unregulated.
all right. So your
But
dog
I
really
have-
was pooing.
Yeah, I have no idea where it came from or why
His
it
butt.
would not end.
Probably his
No,
butt.
I know that. But they also gave him a subcutaneous fluid injection, which basically means he had a camel hump. A mark hamel.
They skin popped him. They skin popped your dog.
Yeah. He hated that too. He had this giant bubble under his skin that was just waddling around, and he was scratching at it, being like, why is this happening to my body? It was actually kind of sad, but it was really funny
Yeah.
too.
Sounds
Did
terrible.
you take pictures of the little humpy?
I tried to, but he was moving around too much
Because
because he was so uncomfortable.
spraying the brown and red everywhere.
Oh boy. But it's all over now.
Are those the Georgia Bulldog colors? No, it's black.
It's like,
You were so close.
Oh.
But I had a very legitimate excuse as to why I couldn't be there, because my dog was
Well,
just
you
stinking up my
missed
house.
out on penis clams and pig heads and
I know.
Yeah.
And the Eden Center at large,
Mm-hmm.
which I jam on all the time.
It's-
I am a fanatic.
it's fun. And by the way,
It is fun.
there was a real moment of interracial bonding that took place.
Please tell me about it.
There was a black dude boxed in
yeah.
by an Asian
He was
lady.
like, "You guys, you're with me."
Exactly. So we're walking across the parking lot where he is surrounded by other Asian drivers, and this lady just boxed him in, apparently.
Oh, which
and
by
he's
the-
on the phone screaming. He's like, "I'm calling the police. I cannot get in my car." She finally pulls away, and exactly like Pete said, this black guy sees us.
Just singles us out and
like-
was like, "Can you believe this?"
Pretty much was like, "How do they drive like this? You know what I mean."
That gets like a 1 out of 5 on the appropriate racial coupling.
Hey, man,
Scale.
that was exactly like September 12th, where all of a sudden it was like, "Hey, black people, we're not going to hold you down anymore. We got a whole new enemy." And
Except just kidding, we still will.
then, by the 17th, they got around to it.
Yeah.
But I said September 12th.
It does take 20 minutes to park in that joint, though.
Yeah, it really isn't.
What? No, there are so
Asian
many
driver
parking
hell.
spaces open. Oh my god.
I'm
Lord.
sorry. It's a
No.
great culture. It's a fascinating place. The parking is a little hairy.
It's-
Maybe it's just they didn't have enough spaces. It's not like people taking multiple spots. I'm not really saying.
There are plenty of spaces, and I think you're just seeing what you wanna.
I every time I get out of that place, I'm so thankful my bumper hasn't been ripped off. So thankful. Speaking of explosive diarrhea
Yes.
and blood in the stool, did any of you guys get your free Chipotle burrito?
Yes, I did.
You
I'm so
did.
excited. It's gonna be my lunch tomorrow.
I missed it.
I missed
Ow.
it too because I wanted to think. For those that don't know, Chipotle has been
And I'm
poisoning
sad.
people with the E. coli and the norovirus in their food. And I went there a couple weeks ago and ate, and I pretty much wanted like the Medal of Honor for doing
Take
it.
Yeah.
a chance, take a chance on me.
And their strategy for getting people back, because I think they shut down for half a day, was a day or two ago, to talk about like, "Hey guys, don't stick the fajito stuff up your butt before you serve it to people," and that's how people won't get sick. And
When do they have time, though?
that's
They're
true.
always crowded.
It's busy. I guess
Yeah.
when you get your 15-minute break, it's just tongs in the A. So they
I like this place.
gave us the world at large got what, like 24 hours to text them,
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
you get a free
That's
burrito coupon back. And it's
24
just
hours,
funny
though.
how cheaply we are bought, how big we
lazy.
are in the whore department. Because I don't know a single person that didn't crack on Chipotle, didn't laugh at their pathetic, like, what? How did they let this happen? I'll never go there again. And how little does it take to get you back? A free burrito.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Because the problem has been solved,
The
and
chance-
everything's fine now.
Mm-hmm.
$6.50 to possibly poison yourself. $6.50.
That's it.
We are such cheap whores.
That is
We're
the
not
price
even-
of missing
We're not even high-end whores.
up to like 3 days of work.
Oh, crapping,
You know?
crapping into a tummy bag for the rest of your
$6.50.
life.
Yeah.
$6.50.
Here's a little counterpoint for you though. A, $6.50, you're not getting any of the premium toppings, so you may as well live a little if you're risking your own life. B, 3 days of pooping continuously, you're gonna lose some weight and you're gonna look
That's
great
true.
on
John
Valentine's
probably gets
Day.
Sofritas, don't you?
I either go all veggie or I get the sofritas. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not a
So I think it's a
horrible
little cheaper.
butcher like you guys.
Well, C, I called this from the beginning. I said they are going to try to win all of their customers back by giving us free burritos.
Well,
And until then, I will not touch the stuff, but I cannot wait for that day.
I wish you had stopped there, like at the beginning. I called this. They're going to try to get us back. So I could just laugh and be like, no, their strategy is you're all gone. F you. We don't need you. Now, that would have been a strategy I respected. What is that called? Negging?
Yeah.
Kind of playing hard to get. You're like, you know what? So what?
Which is
They-
good for you
Doors empty.
anyways.
We're having a great time playing street hockey in this bitch. Don't want you in here mucking it up.
Game
They never
on.
lost me. And you know what else? My cousins gave me a $10 burrito or a $10 Chipotle gift certificate for Christmas.
I had two of them. I was
Which-
eating there 2 weeks after everyone
I
died.
feel like, is that an appropriate Christmas gift? Because we were well into the...
That's a frenemy gift.
Yeah, but they're my family. What are
Well.
they trying to do to me? Are they trying to
Framily?
get rid of me? kick me out of
Keep
the
your
will.
enemies
I was
close.
gonna say that's how you play the game. That's kind of like a Survivor thing.
Yep.
They're on team, not you.
I'm on to
Team.
you, Shannon.
They poison your
Team
dog
Kelly.
first, and then you.
It's because I kicked her out of the way for the Easter egg.
I thought I was too cool for the free burrito, by the way, and I was like, I'm not that cheaply bought. And then I heard the news story played on TOP, our news station, while I was sitting in a Captain D's eating crab imperial along with maybe a half pound of fried fish and shrimp that cost me under $10. And at that point, I was like, you know what? Who am I kidding? And I texted, and they said, sorry, you're too late. And then I asked the mall guy, would Mr. T come back? And he said he didn't know.
You know why? Because you're not any better than us.
No, I'm not. I want to think I am, but I'm not.
Not.
I think we can go out on that one. I know that you mentioned DMX earlier. I had DMX all queued up. We'll mention DMX real fast.
He
Had it on
almost
my mind all
died.
day.
It's whatever.
I was going to play Slipping
Almost
Under
died.
it, but maybe we're going to acknowledge that we can't just play music recklessly anymore. Copyright law, blah, blah, blah. If we violate it, they'll poison us like they did Butter's dog.
We can play more music now.
Yeah, we'll play all the hits. That's our show. That's
All
the
the
surprise.
hits all the time, baby.
Our live radio show, nothing but music. But DMX...
96.7.
DMX is a weird dude. Like, DMX seems real hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when DMX came on the scene...
Like Ja Rule. Not as hard as Ja Rule.
Harder than a rhino penis.
If you take the horn powder.
Mm-hmm.
DMX came out, and he was like, 2 years after Pac and Biggie died? And it was like, we had Puff Daddy doing his whole, like, I'll be missing you. And it rap kind of blew. And it was really lighthearted.
And Mace, the slowest rapper ever.
Oh, God. I had suppressed that guy. Yeah, he existed. And DMX came out, and it was like, he revitalized for a while the real hardcore sound. Really the shirtless, bald, black guy thing that Pac had. DMX was like, I'm doing it on the East Coast, guys. And his life since then is just a perfect window into what happens when you are in music and you don't die young and pretty. Like, you don't really remember that DMX exists anymore unless it's a story like the one we got today where he was found blacked out in a Yonkers hotel parking lot.
Really?
And every so often it'll be like, DMX was found like inappropriately burying the body of one of his dogs. Like, you know, he didn't get zoned for it. Or like DMX was keistering cocaine into some country. And it's just these weird news blurbs. And you're like, thank God Pac and Biggie died when they did, because this would have been their fate. Like, they're right now sainted rap gods.
What would those headlines be?
About Biggie?
Yeah, about Biggie. What would Biggie be?
Oh,
Too biggie for his britches.
Oh, that's true. But I think Biggie would have done like Celebrity Fit Club.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
All
Yeah,
the
I could
crap
see him
that
being
Ruben
like a-
Studdard has done, like Biggie would have done.
Tupac would have partnered with Pepsi, probably.
Like fast
Tupac.
food market,
Yeah.
something like that.
I mean, they all would have had completely ignoble. I think that's the word I want. Ignominious. So, yeah, I think those both work. I might not know
Isn't
how
that
to
a
pronounce them.
kind of rock?
I might not know what they mean,
I'm kidding.
but I think they work.
But sometimes it's good to die young. I'm just putting that out there. Had DMX died young, he would have been like in this
The burnout talk
triumvirate
comes on
I'm
the
out,
show a
Virginia.
lot.
Show me a sign.
of rap
Stand up a
gods.
signal, throw you a line.
And instead, he's like ranking 9th on Google searches because he was blacked out in a Hoboken parking lot.
Maybe he should just devote his life to charity, and that way the headlines will be positive and not sad.
And that ended the show. All right, folks, this was Papa's Basement.
Are you listening, TMX?
I'm John Papa Giorgio. Show's website, inpapasbasement.com, at Papa's Basement on Twitter for me, facebook.com/Papa's Basement. Over here we have Pete Maybe. He is
Hi.
at
Pete Maybe.
Pete Maybe on Twitter.
Don't
There
get
you
it
go.
twisted.
And Kelsey Butterworth at Is Butterworth It. Look at me kind of remembering things.
I like how the plugs have been taken away from us.
Yeah, I don't know. I just want to bang them out. We got to roll. I got moolah to make.
True.
Yeah, find every show we've ever done on iTunes, on Stitcher, or the website. And please follow us. Please tell us you love the show. We're on YouTube, too. If you want to play YouTube clips for your friends. And,
I am working on those.
Yeah, exactly. Shame Mr. Cat Fister over here into doing more videos. All right, till the next one. We're out of here.
We're home free. School's out, baby.
Good show?
Nothing to talk about, nothing to critique. Great show, great guests tomorrow. You go home, have a glass of wine, whack off. I'll see you tomorrow.
That's the post-show critique?
Yeah, you're the best.
It's my time to go. I successfully burned all my bridges. Nobody loves me, and I don't love nobody.
Then he said penis.
Yeah. Then he said masturbation.
Then he said vagina. That was cool.
Had a mighty hard time, but I'm on my way. Had a mighty hard time, but I'm on my way. It's a mighty hard climb.